Well, hey y'all, today we are going to make some homemade chicken nuggets with a Copycat Chick-fil-A sauce. But I'm going to put the sauce together first so it can kind of sit over there and get together with its own self. And I'll write all of the ingredients and how much to use at the top on Facebook and at the bottom on YouTube and wherever it lives on the ground. So let me just tell you what we have. I have a half a cup of mayonnaise, and you can use your favorite. 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce, and then I have 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, with a teaspoon garlic powder, and an eighth a teaspoon of chili powder, and that's what's in this cute little bowl. So there that goes. And then I have about 1/4 cup of just white sugar, and you can use your favorite sugar substitute. You could also use your favorite low-carb barbecue sauce if you wanted to. And to this, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon each of white vinegar and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And yes, I forgot to get a lemon while I was at the store because I didn't write it down. 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And if you use the one with the mother in it, be sure and shake it because that's where the good stuff lives, down there on the bottom. And then I was going to give this a stir, and I'm going to set it aside. And before we use this for our dipping sauce, I'm going to taste of it and see what else it needs, because we're supposed to taste our food and adjust it accordingly while we're doing our thing. Alrighty, that's good and mixed up. I'm going to set all of this back to where it goes. I'm going to get out my chicken breast, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to that next. So I'll see you back in just a second. Alrighty, y'all, I'm going to show you what we're going to do to this chicken breast. Now, I bought a package yesterday that had 3 chicken breasts, and we had one for supper last night, and it was wonderful. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this chicken breast. Now, I'm going to keep my right hand clean, and my left hand is for all the other stuff. So, and they're clean. I took my rings off. That's very important, y'all. But anyway, let's set this aside. I'm going to clean up this chicken breast a little bit because it's got some little pieces that are hanging off of it, and we don't need that in our dish. Absolutely not. So I'm just going to clean off some of these little pieces like this, and some of these hunks of fat have got to go. There's one right there. Okay, now what we're going to do, let's see, there's another one that needs to go right there. This is boneless, skinless, and I wrote this down. Okay, this package was $9.38, which comes down to each chicken breast was $3.20. And you're going to be surprised at how far this will go. Now, there's a kind of a ligament thing in there that I'm just going to cut around that instead of getting my fork and pulling it out. So I'm just going to cut that off right there. Let me move this aside so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right. Okay, let's cut this one up first. And then because I really want to show you how you can take this one chicken breast and make it go further. See how thick it is here and how thin it is here. Okay, we're just going to take your hand flat, it has to be flat, and put it right here. Find about the middle of the chicken breast, and put your hand right on top of it and firmly press down. Then take your knife, cut right through the middle of it. There you go. And now, look at that. Now you have more product to feed your family. There's a little bit more. I need to take that off right there. So this I'm just going to cut into about serving size pieces. And this is so much more economical and healthy for your family because it doesn't have the additives, and it really doesn't take any time. There's a little bit more. Let me get rid of that. No time at all. Y'all saw how fast that was to have chicken nuggets. So I'm just going to finish doing these right here. Keep those in my pan, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do to these. It's going to make them so good. Let's see. Cut that one in half there. Alrighty. Now, let me show you what we're going to do. Okay. Now, let's see here. I'm going to shake up my buttermilk, and I'm going to drizzle it. Now, I'm not going to have a whole pan full of buttermilk because I don't want to waste it. And so I'm just going to give it just enough There we go. And I'm going to add some Louisiana hot sauce. It's not going to make it hot. It's going to give it flavor. There we go. And I'm also going to use some Southern Secret. I love this stuff, y'all. It has everything in it that makes me happy. Love it. So we're just going to season it like this. And, you know, it's really good to, whenever you're making something, just to go ahead and season every layer instead of waiting until it comes out of the grease. We're going to fry these, or whenever it comes out of the oven or whatever. And if you possibly can taste it as you go to get your seasonings right, that's even better. But this is chicken. We're obviously not going to taste this. But we are that copycat sauce before we serve it up and see what it thinks. Alrighty. Now I am going to, in my big old pot right here, I'm going to add some oil in it. Now you could use your favorite oil. I really like to use avocado and coconut, but because this uses so much, I'm obviously not going to use that. And let's see how much. That looks about, okay, and since both of these hands are clean, that's about 2 knuckles on my index finger. So now I obviously have to go wash my hands. So I'm going to wash my hands, turn this on, get it hot, and we'll get these all covered up with some brown rice flour. So these are going to be gluten-free. So I'll see y'all back in just a little bit. Okay, y'all, our grease has been sitting here getting hot. It's about 375, and we're going to do something fun today. I never take its temperature or anything, y'all. I sprinkle flour in it, and whenever it sounds right, it is right. But I thought since we were doing this together, we would get out the old popcorn and see if this trick works. So they say, who are they? They say that whenever the popcorn pops, you're ready to go. But also, the old meat temperature taker thingy told me it was time to go. So what I have is some brown rice flour, and this is from Bob's Red Mill, and I don't have a sack to show you because I decanted into this little thing here. So I'm just going to put, all right, it scares me. Get that little kernel out of there. Look at there. See, amaze your friends. You have a party trick now. All right, now we can always add more if we need it. I'm going to use this Southern Secret, and I'm going to use about a cap lid full. There we go. And that's going to give this, well, I don't need that thing. That's just going to give this a great flavor. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put several, I'm going to show you, this is the way my mama did it, y'all. So I would love to hear how your mama did it, or your grandma, or whoever you watched when you were in the kitchen coming up, what they do. So I'm just going to toss this around. And I'm going to drop it right in. Now this is the way Mother did her catfish and everything she did. She just put it in the bowl, rolled it around, and dropped it in here. She didn't set it on a cookie sheet and let it sit there and all that. Y'all, my mama didn't have Pinterest, and so she didn't know all those years she wasn't doing it correctly. I think sometimes we don't do ourselves any favors whenever we're trying to be so perfect. Y'all, it's just food. Just put it on the table. Make your family happy. But you don't want to overcrowd your pot here. These aren't going to take very long at all to get fried up. Okay. And if you wonder about this pot, this was my grandmother's pressure cooker, which it is, I'm 60, and it's probably older than me, and the gasket was like ungasketed, and the lid didn't fit, so I got rid of the lid and the gasket and everything. So if something happened to me, I didn't want anybody to think, hey, looky here what we got. And then there they'd have something that might blow up on them. That'd be bad, wouldn't it? Alrighty, we're just gonna put some more in here. Get these ready to go. Now this handy little candy, this is actually a candy scoop, but I love it for these little things like this. It does a great job. Okay, there's one that one is, that's done. And this is kind of one of those things, you know, after you You'll just know by looking at them. There goes. There's one right there that's got the right color. Get you out of there. Don't bring your friend with you there. There we go. Now y'all can't see down in here, so I'm gonna explain what's happening. I have one that is almost ready to come out, and the bubbles, the bubbles that are coming off of it are larger air bubbles, and the one that's still really cooking, it has tinier air bubbles, and they're closer together and they're more frantic. So let's just take that one out right there. Now I'm going to take all of this first batch out before I put the second batch in, so that you can kind of keep them figured out which one is which. Alright, I'm going to just finish all this up, and we'll get back when this is all ready to go. So, see you back here in just a little while. Okay, these are out of the grease, and they're cooling off a little bit, so I'm going to just get a little flavor of our sauce and see what we think. That's perfect, y'all. That doesn't need anything. I'll leave a link to y'all brands, y'all sweet tea, and you can go there and look at their yummy products. This is one of my very favorite things. I love this. I'll let this cool just a little bit. I put my apron on a while ago because I didn't want to mess up my new shirt. Okay, I'm going to turn around. I want you to see the back of this. Happiness is homemade. Is that not cute? I just love it, and I love this color. And you can put Kimmy in at checkout and you get 10% off everything. Let's just see what we think about this. I may want to double dip. We'll do it this way. Y'all, mercy. Those are delicious. You're not going to find something this good and healthy out of a frozen bag. There's no preservatives. There's no additives. It's chicken and seasoning. It's so good. And these are about, I did the math, and if my math is correct, these were about 10 cents a piece. And I had 32. So, that's just great. I love saving money. It makes my Donnie happy too. Anyway, I want to heat some of these up for us for supper. And they're going to be delicious. And I'm going to heat them up in the air fryer. That's what I'm going to do, just to make them yum, yum, yummy. So, anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Y'all go do something fun.